What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do a review of the Rebuild of Evangelion Riobot EVA Unit-01. I got this as a collector grade from BBTS, which means you get the box. If you haven't seen these videos already, you get the box, and then you get the actual set itself wrapped in plastic and then sealed for child safety. But you can always remove it. Obviously, I am. But this assures you get the nicest box possible if you're interested in having a nice box. So let's go ahead and get this cracked open or ripped open here. Been noticing a surge of EVA stuff coming out, not only from this company, Sentinel, but also from Bandai and of course 3.0. I thought I was going to get the 3.0 before this, but this beat it to it. But here's the box. You can see it's a nice, shiny, thin kind of box with a window style design. Inside you get a nice clear clamshell with a black backing, and you can see all the extra parts on the back here. And here he is out of the box with all the parts that comes with it. So this is what you get for $140. You get a nicely detailed EVA Unit-01. You also get his little pronged whatever. I can't even think of the name. And he got his knives here. You got two of them. You got this little plastic clip, which helps with the stand, I guess, to clip other stands together. I forgot exactly how that works, but I think it's for that. And then his little blaster here. And you get an assortment of different hands, which will allow you to mount all his weapons, including, yes, the Javelin. That's what it was. Okay, so you can see there's a different assortment there. Now the figure itself, like I said, it's pretty well detailed. Okay, nice paint apps. There's nothing less that you would expect from Sentinel. They do a really great job, and a lot of the green accents, actually pretty much all of them, are done in a clear, like translucent green. It's not just painted. So I think that adds to the cost of the figure, but it also makes it look much nicer than just having it painted. You can see here that's also crystallized green, everything. And then underneath, you can see there is a texture. Just get up close here so you can see that little texture that's in there. Kind of hard to see, but hopefully my camera can pick it up. Now I would expect those $140 to go into all the tooling that's required for this figure, because there are a lot of moving pieces, as you can just see right there from the chest that just opened up a little bit. So it's not your run-of-the-mill like 6-inch figure. I think this is almost 7 inches. It is 2 inches shorter about than the metal build EVAs, but there's no metal in this. Okay, there are metal pins. That's about as far as you get with metal. For its thinness, I wouldn't exactly call it light. It does feel okay for how small and thin it is. And again, a lot of that money just goes to the different pieces that are in there, but let's not forget it is a 7-inch figure regardless. We do have the mouth that moves. Doesn't really stay closed, at least not on mine. Maybe there's not enough friction in there. You do get the shoulders, very articulated, and as you can see, I didn't do that on purpose, but you can see that everything's tabbed in, almost like a Revoltech type of joint. In fact, it probably almost is, except there's no ratchet. The head, it is on a neck joint. I couldn't get a lot of movement. It is also a peg type, but there are, you know, multiple articulation points there. You get the butterfly type if you're interested in that type of movement. The shoulder blades also move on their own. As far as waist, I would expect it to curl a lot more than it does, and it really doesn't. I can't really straighten out the back either. It's kind of disappointed at how limited that waist was. And as far as turning, it's very limited also. I'm sure you can force it and scratch things, but I don't do that stuff with my figures. And the legs go out, but of course they hit up here, and this does look like it is a painted plastic. It might be molded in that color, but seeing how matte it is, maybe there's a slight dusting of some kind of matte finish. The knees are also double jointed, just like the elbows, which I'm not sure if I showed you that exactly. You get a little bit of rotation. Again, have to be careful with scuffing. Then we get the feet here. You get the obligatory toe, the little armor piece there, and of course this side movement on the ankle for some wide-legged poses. The only kind of thing you got to do upon taking it out of the box is plug in the antenna, which also has a clear piece there. Be careful, it's very small, which is probably why they included 2 pieces. And we're going to check out some of the weapons here being held in the hands. Now, while it does have an assortment of hands, as I showed before, for all the different types of poses and weapons needed, I'm only going to concentrate on these 2. I think these should be enough to be able to show you the features of the figure. So we'll use this one to put one of these progressive knives here. Alright, there goes that. And we'll use this one for the gun, since it does have a little trigger finger there. Alright, just like so. Here's just a quick pose of the weapons that I just attached using those hands. Give you an idea of the posability and what it looks like with those said weapons. I'm also going to show you guys the Javelin here. It does have a special hand for the Javelin, but it does seem to fit the same knife hand that I was using before. Let's go ahead and show you how much this figure weighs. She weighs about 63 grams. Now, while I don't own the EVA Unit-01 in the metal build, here is Unit 2. So you can compare for yourselves how they compare in size. They don't compare in price, nor do they compare in accessories. You get a ton more accessories with the metal build. You pay a little bit more, but I think for my money, I'd probably go for the metal build. Although I don't have the Unit 1, I'm assuming if it's anywhere near as good as this one, I would prefer to go to that, because this is already hitting $140. Unless you absolutely have to have all the EVAs. But I think overall, the last EVA I got, which was the that Bandai one, I forgot the name of it, but that huge one, that's probably where my money would go in the end. But it all depends on what you're looking for. You're looking for a ton of detail, crazy paint, die-cast features. One of these might be good if you're just looking for something small and simple to hide behind all your other 6-7 inch figures. This is cool. Or if you're just a completist, I think so far of the EVAs I've been reviewing recently, that big one is probably my favorite. Well, it's not actually really fair to compare this to the other ones, since this falls into a class all its own. It's more action figure like than the other ones. It is approaching near bigger figure territory as far as price. But if you want one of these, you can pick it up at BBTS. Please use the link in the description below. That always helps out this channel, guys. Share, like, whatever it is to help with the algorithm. I see like 90% of the people that watch my videos aren't even subscribed. And I also want to thank my Patreon supporters, all 4 of you, which are awesome dudes. I've been able to get, lighting, stuff, anything that has to do with, putting the review together, up to and including figures sometimes. Sometimes I'll use that too for that, but mostly it's been for, all the stuff that brings us here to this point where we can make a video. So I want to thank you guys again. And that's it. Leave any questions or comments below. Till next time. Bye-bye.